So, Petter, you are our first reiteration of the player spotlight.
Ooh.
I know you should feel
exclusive.
It's been a year almost.
Yeah.
Maybe more. We gave it up when we got you. And now that you're leaving, we can do it again. So, Petter, tell everybody on the internet who you are, where you're from.
Okay, so I'm Petter Palmqvist. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. I am now 18 years old, and I was here. I was an exchange student here in Austin for 10 months. Yeah.
Please state for the record that we did not beat you while we were here.
They did not beat me. They say.
And now you say, so it's proof.
Please.
And how old are you now?
I'm 18 now. I came here when I was 17.
And you're clearly a lifelong floorball player.
Yes, I've been playing floorball for now, what is it? My 8th year? I think 8th or 9th year.
So you've been playing since you were 10?
Yeah, I have.
You know, we have some people who've been playing here for 8 years, and they're really terrible.
I think also it's because of how you play. I played in a serious league system.
Are you saying we're not serious?
Not as serious. Like, we have sponsors and things like that actually, and a whole club that actually cares about your team in general.
So nobody cares about your teams. You hear that?
Right
from the Swede's mouth.
What I'm saying is that it's much more serious in general. Floorball is actually seen as a sport that actually means something. Here in the US, for example, it's not a big sport. Nobody really cares. Nobody really knows about floorball except for the recreational league. And in Sweden, everybody knows what floorball is. We play it in school, and it's a different thing.
We ask everybody this, but we pretty much already know. How did you discover Austin Floorball Club?
Well,
we made you.
I had no idea that I didn't even think I was gonna play floorball when I came over here. And so how I discovered it was because of Mark and Brandy. They pretty much showed me Austin Floorball Club, so I didn't discover it by myself.
Okay. Well, when you got here and you played for the first time, what was your first impression of the club?
The first time I played here, you guys weren't here, so I went with Bobby for the first time.
That's a disaster.
Yes. No, I went with Bobby the first time, and the first thing I did was manage the clock. I had no idea what I was doing. Bobby just put me in charge of that, and it was pretty awful. But I felt like it was a nice attitude. Like, it's a lot less serious in that regard, but also much more fun than it was back in Sweden. It was kind of like our practices sometimes. It's much more fun, and it's much more, you have much more space to do what you want to do. Like, you can play in a completely different way.
What kept you wanting to come back? Like, what made you want to join the league? Because this is true, correct me if I'm wrong, you stopped playing floorball back in Sweden completely right before you came here.
Yeah, I stopped half a year before I got here, and I didn't really have any intentions to continue playing. But playing here, like, as I said, it's much more fun. Floorball in itself is a really fun sport, and then the people also makes it much more enjoyable and makes you want to come back every time.
Who's your favorite person?
Who's my favorite person?
Yeah, who's your favorite person at floorball? It could be on Tuesday or on Sunday.
God.
But you have to pick somebody.
Tomas is... If I'm gonna go with somebody, I'm gonna go with Tomas.
Why Tomas?
Because he's a real nice person. I've been talking to him a couple of times. He's funny. And yeah. And he's actually a really good floorball player now.
Well, we both know that's not true, but that's nice of you.
He's become better and better.
Okay, well, on the flip side, who do you hate the most?
Mark. That's fair.
That one you didn't even have to think about.
No.
Not even a little bit. What kind of stick did you use when you were playing here?
I was using a Canadian Performance Super Curve.
What does Canada know about floorball?
That's a good question. I don't know. I found that stick, was it now 2 or 3 years ago, and I just liked it because it's weird. it has super curve, which means that it's like all bent and shit. But otherwise I was using a Salming Extreme slim twist tip curve.
That's a lot of things.
Yes. These sticks back in Sweden are very complicated.
You've had sort of a unique perspective. You've played in legitimate sponsored clubs back in Sweden, and you've played here in the rec league. So, if you had to change something, if you had to improve something, or some things, could be more than one, what would you do to make Austin Floorball Club better? Or what do you think we need to do to make it better?
Wow, that's a hard question. I feel like, well, one of the biggest issues are that people complain a lot about those, like, ref practice and things like that. You don't have the people to make it as big or as, like, that's the thing that makes it much bigger in Sweden, is that you have the people that can support the team. For example, here there's a lot of new players coming, but there's not that many that are keeping up to like take any big roles in the club. And if more people would want like start taking bigger responsibilities, that would be one of the first steps to take. If you just get more people engaged with the actual club instead of just playing, that I think is the first step to take, and from there it's much easier to go to a larger scale.
And for all the new players, you seem you've had a lot over the last few weeks. You could only give them one piece of advice about their first time out. What would it be?
For the first time out, well, come back. Because like it can be such a big difference from one Tuesday to another. It's so different from who's there to who's not, and some Tuesdays are way different, and some are amazingly fun, and I've had some Tuesdays that I didn't enjoy as much. And so come back, but otherwise it's just have fun, because floorball becomes much easier if you just have fun with it. And also talk. It's another thing, if you just talk to people, because people in the club are very nice. And if you just talk to people, you're gonna get into it a lot faster.
You mean except Mark?
Except Mark, of course. Never talk to Mark.
You're leaving tomorrow, so probably never ever see you again at any point in the future, ever.
Maybe.
Ever.
Who knows? Ever. It's never coming back.
Leave us with one fact about yourself that we may not already know.
Ooh.
And it can't be about your baby teeth.
Okay. Okay, that's just weird. It can't be anything like Achilles heels. That's too boring. I need some fun.
We already know those two. And not that you tried to feed a horse a tent cover.
Oh my god. This is hard. What have I done that can be interesting yet weird? I don't know. This is so hard. And everybody knows I can't sing. That's really boring as well. Singing was just awful.
Do you want to tell everybody about your girlfriend?
Ha ha ha. Funny. I don't really know. You guys already know like everything fun that I've done. And if I can't go with feeding a horse a tent cover, then I don't really know.
So what you just want to tell everybody is that you're really boring.
I am a really boring person.
Okay.
That has a thing for doing weird looks and stare at people really creepily. That's pretty much my thing. Making people uncomfortable. It's a skill and a gift.
Could possibly be a crime, but we'll go with gift. That's what you want to leave us with?
I don't know.
Forever and ever, we're never gonna see you again. That's what you want? Your date rape face? Get out of here.
Oh my god. I don't know. Like, I'm a really boring person. I am. There's no denying it. Everybody knows that I'm a boring person. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done anything fun.
Well, instead of subjecting people to more of this indecisiveness about your own qualities, and interesting facts, we're going to just end it. So, say goodbye to everybody forever and ever. That's really...
What am I supposed to do?
Say your final goodbyes.
Hej då till klubben. It was a real pleasure being in the Austin Floorball Cup. It was one of the most fun times I've ever had, playing floorball especially. And I just want to thank everybody in there for accepting me and getting me into the club, letting me play, and enjoying it as much as I did. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as me. And bye forever.
Thank you, Pere.